kick it, yeah. Don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it, yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast, can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked, can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Wait, need a light here just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's broke to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain. Can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Denver Broncos. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Newton. He gets it to James White. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They will run with White out of the shotgun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He was brought down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Newton able to get this to his running back, White. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
That's a gain.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too.
Good.
He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Off play action. Newton under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton, it's caught. This is White. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Ready? Ready? 42, check, Mike 42. Here we go. 42 the mic, boy, 42. 42 the mic. Great. Check 37, 37.
They fake the give. Newton. He sets to fire deep. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Devin Asiasi, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
Extra point.
A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Brandon McManus to kick.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
36-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Newton now to throw. This is White on the screen. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. A lot of storylines to a New England-Denver matchup. So many great games in the past. And worth noting, too, that Cam, of course, has his history with the Broncos as well. He was on the Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. On first down, it's Newton. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On second down, they'll run with White, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Gain on the play.
So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
First down, here's White. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Sony Michel comes out of a long line of terrific running backs from the University of Georgia and was a first-round selection for New England in 2018. He does not mind carrying the football, never turns down an opportunity. Top 10 in rushing attempts in the league in 2019.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We're up 8.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A gain of 3, second down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Devin Asiasi with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
Ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll drop to throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Lawrence Guy able to get in there and drop him for a loss.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't, who's going to score the most points in this game? Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Now a man open down the middle of the field. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Complete to
K.J. Hamler with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos have broken the tie. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 21-14. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Taken down by Martin.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Now a give to White. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He's tackled at the 34.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
They'll run on 1st down. White. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
He was brought down by...
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down. I'm sure at times James White gets frustrated because he might want to carry the ball a little bit more, but when you catch it like that, that's how teams are going to use you. The majority of his snaps may come on passing downs because he can create big plays downfield. 2nd on the team in catches in 2019. He led his squad in 2018.
Cam throwing complete here to Edelman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England 1st down.
At the 38-yard.
There's a nice catch there by Julian Edelman, and he's going to be a reliable target no matter who's playing quarterback. Topped 1,000 yards receiving for the 3rd time last season. I just love his story. College quarterback to one of the top slot receivers in the NFL.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
He was brought down by Vaughn Miller.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move him.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Tackled back at
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. So now after the sack, Cam of the Patriots going to look up at a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
20-yard line.
They run the draw play. This is White. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Ball carrier.
The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
No gain.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, it's White. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
2nd and goal.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that'll bring him back within 4. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Lock now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. He'll fire one down. Got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Clock now on 1st down. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10. At
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Gun. Hey, man! 42. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42. Here we go.
From the gun, Newton. It's complete. James White. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 1st down, Newton. He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
The 48-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Operating from the gun. Newton, he's going to float this one deep right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Block working out of the gun. This is the tight end Fant. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap to Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to... look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 28. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots.
Touchdown, Patriots.
Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
On for the extra point is Folk. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Patriots 31, Broncos 24.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
Philip Lindsay.
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro Stephon Gilmore. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
The line of scrimmage.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time to make sure you get in shape.
It's a gain of 6.
But there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
Field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
And Folt's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now the Broncos' big-ticket acquisition, it's Melvin Gordon. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Patriots' 46-yard line.
From the gun, it's Locke. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
And the Broncos' 1st down.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Block on the give. It's Lindsey. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Adrian Phillips on the
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, block. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Check, Mike 42. I got it. 42 the mark, boy, 42.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So many different weapons available in that Patriot backfield. Here's 1st and 10. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Devin McCourty picks it off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Intercepted.
the good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Second and inches.
Opting to run again here with White. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They'll try the air now with Newton. Going deep here for Edelman. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Lawrence Guy able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A throw over the middle taken in. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
But it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play.
Here's Sam Martin now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And now Edelman. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Patriots take over.
1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
They defer to White out of the shotgun, and he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 31. That one a first down pickup of 8.
31-yard line.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, White. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
New England on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Newton. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And Folk's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a two-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive. And now here is another interception. Picked by the rookie Kyle Duggar. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Broncos 27.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
Denver.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty who got a hand in there to break that one up.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Able to get this to Gordon. And some room to roam now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
21 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Yeah, they're going to try to eat some clock with Michelle. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
At the 25.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They go right back to White here on 1st down. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. On On second down now, it's White, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees, and all. Offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Ready? 180. Mike 40, Mike 40. Here I come. Check Mike 40, check Mike 40. Watch the blast, watch the blast.
On second down, it's White, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
On second down now, it's White, and he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10. Today's final score, Patriots.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Patriots, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Denver,